All right, man, one more time, man. Give it up for the prophet chief. All right, the word of the Lord is going to continue through the spirit of power, Yahweh. Hashem Yahweh Shai, that's the Most High, in the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. What was your question, sister?
Well, I was asking him, I was trying to understand all the cultures that was here. So it was Hispanic, African American, Native Indian, and who else? And what?
That was it. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Once you guys gave me the flyer, it interested me, so I passed by. I just needed to know the topics.
She needs to know she's an Israelite, right?
Okay, no, absolutely. Have you ever heard of have you ever heard of the Israelites before? Have you ever heard of God's chosen people, the nation of Israel? Right? Okay. Quick question. What's your nationality?
Well, I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian, but what's your nationality? Not your denomination. What's your nationality? What's your ethnic background?
I'm black.
Black, right? Okay, where do black people come from?
Africa.
From Africa, right? What part of Africa?
I don't know. I got them all over.
Right. So here's the thing, right? How do we get over here?
They brought us.
Where?
They brought us to the United States.
To the United States by way of what?
Boats.
Boats, or another word for a ship, right?
Ships.
So when we got over here, they said they whipped us, took our names, took our language, took our customs, right? And then they said, you're African. Remember, Africa is a continent with over 50 countries in it. Then there's sub-villages, tribes, so on and so forth.
Right.
We can't tell you none of them, right? But guess what? We have these scriptures that prophesied all of this to happen, right? Give me Jeremiah 17:4.
Bring it out. That's right.
And you give me Deuteronomy 28. You already there? Beautiful, beautiful. The scriptures speak about everything that we are currently going through and that we have gone through up until this point.
That's right.
Right? And there was supposed to be signs for us. I need you to get that first when I call you. I believe it's 46. All right, bring it out.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4.
Go ahead.
And thou, even thyself,
This is Jeremiah speaking to the children of Israel. Thou even thyself shall what?
shall discontinue from thine heritage.
The Lord said we were going to leave our heritage. We're going to leave our land. We're going to leave our customs, our language, all of these things. Right? Go ahead.
That I gave thee.
That the Lord gave unto us. The us is talking about is the nation of Israel. When you go back into when Moses went into the mountain and received the information from the Most High, when the Most High led Israel out of Egypt, right? Headed by Moses, he gave us all of these different things. He gave us a civilization. He gave us land. He gave us everything that was going to make us great. All right? Now, when you look at blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, are we looked at as great in this place? Are we looked at as great? Do you think we're looked at as great in this place?
No.
Absolutely not. Right? I'm going to show you why. Go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
Are we serving our enemies in this place? Absolutely. Like I said, we calling ourselves by their name. We'll go and we'll put 80 hours for 2 weeks of work. Shouldn't we get paid for 80 hours of work? But yet when we get our check, it's more like 73, 74 hours. You're like, wait, where's my money? The scriptures speak about you defrauding a man of his wages, right? That's how you know we're in service, and there's nothing we could do about it. No one ever complains. No one ever speaks out against it. You just take your check, do what you need to do with it, and you go right back to the plant the next day, right? Go ahead.
In the land which thou knowest not.
We're going to go serve our enemies in the land that we know not. When we were brought over here in ships or in boats, we didn't know this land. We didn't know where they were taking us, but we were brought to this land and we were forced to serve our enemies.
Right. For ye have kindled a fire.
Now, the Lord is doing this unto us. He's allowing this to happen. Give me Deuteronomy 1 and start at 41.
Come.
1 and 41. The Lord is allowing this to happen. Because when we was over in the western part of Africa, right, they don't even give us the region. But there's still a bunch of countries on the western side. When we were there, we had our own civilization, we had our own language, we were self-sufficient, right? And then what happened? So-called white man came over and he snatched us up. Some people say they robbed and they kidnapped us, right? And then others say that we were sold, which is a mixture of both. They played a sick, twisted game, right? Go ahead, but remember, the Lord allowed it. He's telling us in Jeremiah, he's going to do this to us because we've kindled an anger. He's going to explain why. Go ahead.
Come. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 41. Then ye answered and said unto me, we have sinned against the Most High.
We've sinned against the Most High. If I was to ask you, how do you think we sinned against God? What would you say?
I mean, we continue to sin God. By breaking all of this law.
By breaking all this law. Get that sister a hand. See, she has a level of understanding. So if we know these things, why won't we? And it's a beautiful thing. This is what I was about to go into. Right? It's a beautiful thing. It starts with our mind. The brother Powerful Chief brought it out. The powerful officer of 10,000, but Doc just brought it out earlier. It's all within ourselves, within our mind. We think we waiting on Christ to come. We think we waiting on God. God's waiting on us.
That's right.
God is waiting on us. Whenever we transform and renew our mind, He has everything already prepared. So we got to prepare ourselves for what's to come. Go ahead. We've sinned against God. Read.
God, we will go up and fight according to all that the Most High, our power, commanded us.
We done did all of the things the Most High told us not to do, but we're going to go and fight and think He's going to be on our side and give us that strength, right? And be that hedge of protection around us. Go ahead.
And when ye had guarded on every man his weapons of war.
So we done prepared ourselves for war. We're going to go and fight in the name of the Lord after we done sinned against Him. And the Lord said, think again, right? Go ahead.
Ye were ready to go up into the hill.
Bring it out.
And the Lord said unto me, say unto them,
tell these people what?
go not out.
Do not go up and mess with them good people over there. You better not go and mess with them people. Are you familiar with the movie Friday? You familiar with Friday?
Yeah.
Remember when Red went to Devo and tried to get his bike back?
I don't know it like that.
Okay, everybody know Red tried to go get his bike.
Car.
Right? And Devo knocked him out and said, that's my bike, punk. And his dad came and got him and you over here messing with these people. That's what the Lord said. Why are you over here messing with these? Don't think I'm finna get out the car or come off my phone to come and help you after you done did what I told you not to do. What your parents tell you all the time when you growing up when you got your bike? Don't let nobody ride your bike.
Right.
And Red didn't listen. So Red thought his daddy was gonna come help him with Devo, but he wasn't. Ain't no way in hell. That's what the Lord told us. Don't go up messing with these people. Read.
Go not out, neither fight.
Don't fight these people. Read.
For I am not among you.
I am not among you, because we sinned against the Most High. We have kindled an anger in the heart, in the mind of the Most High, because we have sinned against it. We refuse to follow His laws. Right? Go ahead.
Lest ye be smitten.
And we're going to be smitten. He allowed these things to happen to us. Read.
Before your enemies.
For our enemies. And the same thing that's happened to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians when they went over to the western shores of Africa, came over here and brought us over here on ships. When he came over here after bringing us, or before bringing us over, took over the Native Indians. What a sign at? That one. Let me get that one. He destroyed the Native Indians, depopulated them from fully covering the map for them to be speckled on the map, right? Over the course of a couple hundred years. Took over the Hispanic Indians, divided us.
Bring it out.
Right? All because we didn't want to follow the ways of the Most High God. Go ahead. And listen, and we're about to go back and show you the details as to why we're Israelites. Go ahead.
Come, Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45.
Look, real quick, finish that in Jeremiah 17.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger,
Go ahead.
which shall burn forever.
Which shall burn forever. I mean, think about how many lifetimes, how many generations we've been in a place where the Lord has been angry with us, right? And He's never going to lift it until we turn back into the correct way. All right, give me Jeremiah 16:16 to hold that. Bring it out.
Come, Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45.
Bring it out.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee,
All the curses are going to come upon the nation of Israel. Read.
and shall pursue thee.
And they're going to pursue us. They're always going to be on us, right? No matter how much money you get, no matter how infamous you become, no matter how much fame you gain in the world, the curses of God are always going to be on you. See, what we've done is we've become selfish as a people. We think since because I made it out that I'm exempt of these curses. We have to start thinking as a whole, right? Malcolm X said this a long time ago. He says, when you harm or you touch one black man, if we as a whole start to feel that same pain, that's when the police brutality and the oppression that we receive is going to cease. Because when you hurt one black man or you hurt one black woman, you have hurt all of them.
That's right.
And guess what? We realize through the scriptures that it's not just the blacks. If you hurt one black, one Hispanic, one Native Indian, you are hurting all three groups.
That's right.
Oh, what about white people? Let me ask you this. How do you feel about what whites have done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians?
I disagree with what the police have done to the black people.
But what about the history? How do you feel about the history? Us being brought over here on ships, right? And see, a lot of people always try to say slave ships. These weren't slave ships. These were ships made for cargo, that were made for goods. They piled us up like we were property, like we were goods.
Bring it out.
Like we were just bananas, apples, and metal.
Yeah.
Stacked us on top of each other, took us through the hot, burning sun. They didn't give us a chance to use a bathroom. Guess what? We had women. There were women on there. And what does a woman do every 28 days? We're going to be frank. She has a menstruation cycle.
Right.
And she's chained next to her brother. She's chained next to her sister. All of these different things, right?
Yeah.
Brought us over here, whipped us, took everything from us. How do you feel about that? You don't agree with it, right?
No.
I hope not. Now, what do you think should happen?
I'm not sure. I think that, first off, I think the cops should quit shooting black people. They go out of their way to shoot a black person.
Right?
And I don't.
Why do you think they do that? Where does that whole mindset that I need to fear for my life and I need to kill a black person? Where do cops get that ideology from, or that train of thought?
You know what? I don't know. I just think it's something ingrained in them that they just have.
Listen, you hit the nail right on the head.
That they just have
It's
to shoot.
ingrained in them. It's in their spirit to
Exactly.
be that way. So when you ask me, what about white people? The scripture says that the so-called white man that we know today, commonly known or referred to as the Caucasian man,
Right.
his lineage goes back to the man Esau. Are you familiar with who Esau is?
And not quite.
He is the most hated person on the planet Earth by the Most High God.
That's right.
I have a book at home. Who's who in the Bible?
Right. And who does it say? Who does it say that Esau is? Well, hey, listen. When you go home, pick it up. Is it written by a white man?
I don't know.
More than likely, probably it is. All right, which means we really can't trust him already. I'm gonna let you get it. Bring that out. I'm gonna show you that it's ingrained in the so-called white man to just have an innate nature to want to kill the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Bring it out.
Right.
2741.
Book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 41.
Go ahead.
And Esau hated.
Esau, the so-called white man, all right, as we know him today, Esau came out red all over, all right, as the tents of the tabernacle, red, right, a ram skin dye red. When you see a white baby born, what is it? It comes out cherry red. The same way that Esau comes out. When a black or Hispanic or any other nation outside that, when they're born, they come out with melanin or pigment. You see what I'm saying? The word Esau means wasted away. What's wasted away? Is melanin and its pigment.
That's right.
So its blood shows forth through its skin. That's how you took on that name. That's how you took on that nature. Because not only was your pigment wasted away, but it was also what we call an omen nomen, right? Representing that you're going to be wasted off of the planet Earth when the Lord comes and establishes judgment on this place. Go ahead.
And Esau
And Esau what?
hated Jacob.
And Esau hated Jacob. Jacob is a progenitor of the black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, God's chosen people. Read.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him.
When we sit up here and people hear us talk against the so-called white man, they say, why would you ever feel like that? Because look at the history between blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians to the white man. What reason did the white man have to hate black people?
Bring it out.
He had no reason. He was just simply jealous because of what we was blessed with.
Right.
That's right.
Because of what we was blessed with.
I was assaulted by a homeless black guy this morning.
Hey, you know what that's called? Judgment of the Most High. We pray.
That's right.
He hit me in the jaw, grabbed me by the wrist, broke my umbrella, and
That umbrella right there?
No, I got a new one.
Oh, how fortunate of you.
Yeah. Then he tried to take his lighter and
No.
burn me.
Back up. Back up.
Okay.
I don't want it to be two assaults on the day. Because I'm going to tell you this. You said a homeless black man assaulted you this morning. He didn't do a good enough job if you walk
That's
up and
right.
That's right.
down. If you walking up and down Pacific Coast Highway, he didn't do a good job.
Cut.
I want you to back up so that you can live. You can live to to see Long Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway again. Because if I hit you, woo!
Yeah, it's
You gonna be Jamaica. Your spirit is going to ascend. Nah, I got something to tell you. Go ahead.
I gotta go.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed
Go
him.
ahead.
And Esau said in his heart,
Esau, the so-called white man, said in his heart what?
the days of mourning for my father are at hand.
Go ahead.
When then will I slay my brother Jacob?
He had it in his heart. He embedded into his heart that he was going to kill his brother for a simple blessing that he did not receive.
Right.
That's what we call an unjust and inhumane individual. So when I ask you, what should happen? You say you don't know. Do you believe in God?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, let's see what God has to say about it. Give me Revelation 13.
Bring it out.
Give me Revelation 13. Let's see what God has to say. God said you getting punched by that homeless old black man today, that wasn't enough. That wasn't, you got up, shook that off. You got up, shook that off, right? He probably slipped when he hit you, man. I don't know what it was. But he didn't plant his feet.
That's right.
Good ground under him. And he didn't follow through with it. He should have pivoted. He should have followed through with it. And took you off of your feet.
The police were driving by.
And they let it happen?
No, they saw it happen.
Oh, see?
Stop.
And they stopped him. Go. Let's see what God is gonna do. Let's see what God is gonna do to you and those police officers.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9.
Go ahead.
If any man have an ear,
If any man have an ear, what?
let him hear.
Bring it out.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Read it again.
He that leadeth into
Captivity shall go into captivity.
Bring it out.
He
That leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Read on.
He that killeth
With the sword must be killed with the sword.
Read it again.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
There's no secret that the so-called white man led blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians into captivity, killed us by the hundreds of millions.
Right.
So guess what? That is going to come upon you and in your entire ethnic background. Okay?
Okay.
So listen, you might have got away with that sucker punch earlier, but the Most High is going to sucker punch you with a thermonuclear missile.
That's right.
What's your name? What's your name?
Diane.
Diane. I can see it now. It's going to be like a welcome basket. It's going to be a gift basket. Right? It's going to have a lot of streamers in it. It's going to be coated with M80s, C4, and then it's going to be a nuclear warhead coming out of the middle of it, and it's going to say, "To Diane with love."
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
Thank you.
To Diane with love.
What's your name?
Listen, my name is Lord.
Lord.
God.
Nice meeting you. I gotta go.
Now, back to your regular scheduled program. And I'm going to tell you this. I apologize sincerely for taking my attention from edifying my people to do that, because I wanted to show you that when we get into how our disposition to the so-called white man should be, it's because they don't actually give a damn about what happened. She says, it's just so wrong. But what should happen for it? I don't know. Go ahead.
No need to apologize, because we also have to recognize that the enemy will always come.
Get a sister in here, man. She's dealing with a great deal of wisdom. She understands that us transgressing and sinning against God is not following His laws, and she also knows that. She also recognizes that we have an enemy.
That's right.
A lot of our people don't recognize that we have an enemy because they're not coming up to us with water hoses anymore. They're not coming up to us with whips.
Bring it out.
Or they're not coming up to us spitting on us, right? But you see how comfortable she was with trying to put her hand to my face.
And you see how comfortable you were.
See what I'm saying? She thought that you ever see a dog walking by? People that just really love dogs. The first thing you do is put your hand to their face. And I'm not a dog, man. Don't put your hand on my face. After you've been touched by some homeless man. Bring that out. Deuteronomy 28:46. And then we're going to go back to verse 15.
Come, look at Deuteronomy, chapter 28.
Bring it out.
Verse 46.
Bring it out.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
These curses are going to be upon us for a sign and a wonder. Because everybody that's out here that understands they're Israelites, that have been following and turned their ways back into the Most High, right? it was a wonder. It was an astonishing thing to recognize. Like, man, everything that we're going through is written right here in this book. A book that's been a part of our lives since the time we came into the world. It's been sitting on grandmama's table. It's been sitting on mama's table. It's been sitting on mama's nightstand and grandmama's nightstand.
Right.
So why have they not told us who we were? Right? It was a wondrous thing for us to figure out that we are God's chosen people.
Right.
And for us to realize that we don't have a missile coming, or that we have an opportunity to not get caught up into the missile. Right. But we actually have salvation. We have many, many mansions in the Lord's house prepared for us. Not everybody, but for us. So we're going to show you this in the scripture. Read out.
And upon thy seed,
And upon our seeds,
forever.
Forever. The same thing, that anger was going to be kindled forever. How that these curses are going to be upon us as a sign, and upon our children forever. Read verse 15.
God.
This was the stipulation. It was an agreement between the Most High and his people. Go ahead.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If you don't want to follow the laws, read.
to observe, to do all his commandments,
Go ahead.
and his statutes,
Read.
which I command thee this day,
Go ahead.
that all these curses shall come upon thee.
You want to disobey God, he's not going to be your strength, and he's going to put curses upon you. Go ahead. And they're going to do what?
And overtake.
And they're going to overtake you. Jump to verse 68. Let me show you one of the curses that nobody up here, or nobody that has ever come up against us, can refute or deny.
That's right.
Didn't the Lord say he's going to give us a mouth with none of the gainsay? People cannot gainsay nor resist.
That's right.
Right? These scriptures right here cannot be disproven. Read. Verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Are you familiar with what happened to the Israelites in Egypt? They were in slavery into Egypt, right? When you read in the book of Revelation, it says that the great city where the dead bodies of the Israelites lie is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. We know what Sodom was destroyed for. We know what Sodom was occupied with. The same thing we see going on here in America. We know what Egypt was about. The same thing going on in America. And one of the main points of what's happening in modern day Egypt, or the spiritual Egypt, is the enslavement of the Israelites. Go ahead. So he's saying, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again with ships this time. The Lord brought us out by foot.
Right.
So how is he going to send us back by ship? It's a spiritual place. It's a euphemism. Funny, I brought up Friday. Everybody knows if I say, don't let nobody debully you, it means don't let nobody bully you. This is how we speak unto our people, right? Through metaphors and parables, right? And wise words. So if we understand that the people of God were powerful, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and this is how we talk to each other, we can only imagine how they were talking to each other in the ancient days. This is why we can understand these scriptures, because it's written on our heart to understand it.
Right.
We were given the service of God. The service of God pertains to the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We can't go to our oppressor expecting him to teach us the truth about our book. He's not spiritually inclined to be able to do so. He's spiritually he doesn't have that spiritual discernment. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
We're going to go into captivity again with ships. When you look at the word Egypt in the Greek, in the Hebrew, it's the Hebrew word matazarium, which means the place of distress or a tight, stressful place.
Right.
And it's you ever heard between a rock and a hard place?
Right.
This is where we at, this place. I'm going to put you in a place of distress. I'm going to take you there by way of ship. Read. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And we know it's not talking about the literal Egypt, because earlier in the book of Deuteronomy, he said we weren't going to see the land of Egypt anymore. Read. Hey man, don't get down the street and then say something. You have a good night. Hey, God bless you too. Go ahead.
Come here! Come here!
Hey, can I share the gospel of Christ with you? That's how you get your people to come back. They want to hear the gospel of Christ. When we have the gospel, bring it out. The Lord's going to bring you into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. We wasn't going to see the land of Egypt anymore. Go ahead.
And there
you shall what?
ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Were we not brought over here on ships and sold unto our enemies? For what?
For bondmen and bondwomen.
For bondmen and bondwomen on auction blocks, where they humiliated us, stripped us of all of our dignity and honor and our greatness. and they sold us.
Right.
Read.
And no man shall buy you.
When you go into that word buy, it's dealing with redemption.
Huh.
It's dealing with being able to be redeemed.
Right.
We were sold into this place, but who's came to redeem us?
Right.
We still here, still in the hand of our enemy.
Get up.
Which is why that white woman can't walk by and say, well, that wasn't me. I didn't do it. But here you are, and here I am. In the same place I was sold, to the people that I was sold to. Still serving our enemies. Again, yeah, we can get a business license, right? Permission to quote unquote have our own business, but you still gotta pay your taxes still. Remember that? You put the work in, they still say, hey, how much you made this year? Okay, I want you to calculate all that. All right, based off of how much you made, I'm gonna tax you 30%. So I need 30% of all that, bring it back. The more money you make, the more money I need to take from you.
Right.
Right? Then black people start making a lot of money, and then they start wanting to vote. Now we gotta vote. I'm gonna vote for a Republican, so I can get lower them taxes. Right. You are not doing anything but now contributing to your own oppression.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. A man should not have to tax you at all. All right? That's it on that?
That's it, Carl.
Okay.
What happens if we found in the enemy's hands?
He said, well, oh, get that Exodus 21 and 16.
That's right.
Beautiful question, brother.
God.
What happens if we're found in the enemy's hand?
That's right. Book of Exodus.
Hold on. Give her a couple seconds. Don't get on. All right? Go ahead, bring it out.
Book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 16.
Bring it out.
And he that stealeth a man
He that stealeth a man, read,
and serveth him,
and selleth him. That's what they did to us, read.
or if he be found in his hand,
Are we not found in his hand? Still calling ourselves by his name? That's the coldest part, that we still in his hand. We still got his name.
Check it out.
And we still so lost that a couple of us that get wind that we need to get from up under him, we just start calling ourselves X. I don't know what to call myself, but I'm just gonna call it X.
right,
Unknown. Read.
or if he be found in his hand,
Go ahead.
he shall surely be put to death.
That's another reason why the so-called white man gotta die.
That's right.
We read
Go on,
Revelations
bring it up.
13 and 9 and 10. We read Exodus 21 and 16, right? Now, a lot of people say, well, they didn't do this to us. This was their ancestors. There's some pretty good white people here. This white woman didn't mean any harm. She was assaulted by a black man. She could have hated him, but she still found a way to love him. But she didn't give a damn about his justice. How did he end up in a place where he was compelled, or where he was forced into a place to be homeless? Where he was in a place to be homeless. A lot of people, I heard a lot of my people say, well, I've had more white people help me out than black people, so I don't know how you angry with white people. I said, well, brother, how did you end up in a position to need help? And how did they end up in a position to help you? Because they stripped you of everything that you had and then made you a dependent. To do what? To claim you on their taxes. That's what they did.
Right.
All right? Now they claiming us on their taxes as if we their kids. Because we dependent. That was a joke. Give me that in Isaiah 14 and 21.
God.
Oh, my bad. Bring it out. He got it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21.
Go ahead.
Prepare slaughter
Prepare slaughter for who?
for his
For
children,
the children. For what?
for the iniquities of their
For
fathers.
the iniquity of the fathers. And guess what? This is talking about the ancient Babylonians. Not to understand, for people that don't understand and realize, we're in a modern day Babylon. Right? But the daughter of Babylon, the scripture say, the mystery Babylon. And this is prophetic because it never happened. The ancient Babylonians was never killed. We never took them as a possession because we were a possession unto them. This is what the prophecy says. Read on.
That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
They shall not rise nor fill the face of the world with cities. So when we go into this land of the Lord, where everything is going to be perfect, ran and operated in righteousness, we're not going to be there. When you read the book of Obadiah, it says there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
That's right.
You got a question?
I want to say I thank you for this time. I have to go.
Absolutely. What was your name, sister?
My name is Lydia, and God had a blessing to this reading on what you guys are doing. It interested me. I have the information, and you guys have left me with something, and now I want to leave you with something. if it's okay.
Absolutely, go ahead.
I don't want to,
No problem.
step on y'all's toes, but I want to leave you guys with something, okay? I sing praises to your name, oh Lord, praises to your name, oh Lord, oh for your name, so great and greatly to be praised.
Please give it up for your sister, man. Hey. Remember, hey, you're an Israelite. More likely from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Ah.
We appreciate you. Get that in, what I just have you took, grab? Get that Isaiah 60, because the brother wanted to bring it out. You get 2 Peter 2:18. All right? Because I'm going to tell you this. It's very rarely, man, that we run across sisters in general,
Right,
but just people of the nation that have that level of understanding and that zeal where they can receive what we're given. Right? The scriptures speak about they that are of the Most High is going to receive His words. Right? So when we think about how many Hispanics don't walk by, think about how many blacks that come and caught the bus and overheard the word, and they just could not pick up on it. So it's a beautiful thing where we can enlighten a brother or sister. The scripture said that the angels rejoice when one come in rather than the 99 that's already there. Right? Go ahead. You got a question? No. Oh, that's just that one. That's right. Go ahead, bring it out.
Good.
14.
Good.
16, 14.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
The children of those that afflicted us shall come bending unto us. Another prophecy, read.
And all they that despise thee,
And all they that despise thee. That white woman that just walked by, she didn't give a damn about what we was really out here doing. She didn't really give a damn about the cause. Because when it came down to figuring out a solution, she heard the solution according to the scriptures that she said she believed in, and then she scurried up the block. Right? As the wicked flee when no man pursue.
God.
Go ahead.
and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet.
Not only just a so-called white man, but any other nation outside the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, they're going to come and they're going to bow down unto us because they counted our work as madness. They despise our work. And this is why we come out here to the highways and to the byways, and we stand boldly in the face of our oppressors and tell them the judgment that's coming unto them. All right? And they can't sit here and act surprised when the Lord comes back and say, well, I didn't even know. I didn't know what I was doing was wrong. When you read in Zechariah the 11th chapter, it says, the oppressors slay you and hold themselves not guilty, and then say, blessed be the Lord for I'm rich. I believe Chief brought it out.
Right.
Go ahead.
Good. And they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
They're going to realize that the name of the Most High is in the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We possess His spirit, we possess His power, and we possess His wisdom.
Good.
Good.
Take it to 2 Peter 2:18. That's right, that's right.
That's right. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 18. For when they speak great swelling words of vanity,
These white people, they come and they speak great swelling words. Remember the whore that spoke great words, right? Words that just have you captivated, have you want to listen. People have all of these seminars, right? What's the dude, Mr. Wonderful, what's his name?